Tonight, a WJZ News exclusive. We were granted unprecedented access to Mayor Brandon Scott. In 3 one-on-one interviews, I spoke with the mayor about the condition of the city and what needs to be done to fix it. Listening to him, it becomes demonstratively clear that he is a young, energetic, enthusiastic, motivated public servant who governs from the heart. A heart that has a love for a city that he has known all of his life. A city that he knows can be better.
How are you, sir?
I'm holding on.
You good, brother?
No.
Everything's good?
It's just great.
Unfortunately, everything is not great in Baltimore. Far too frequently, we're seeing scenes like this. Mayor Brandon Scott in the middle of the night showing up at crime scenes where there are multiple victims. This has become increasingly frustrating for him and police command.
The buck stops with me.
37-year-old Brandon Scott has nothing to lose. That's why he runs his city with the speed and energy of an Olympic sprinter. He talked to us exclusively over several days. Here, he's walking some of the city's most troubled streets with his entire command staff in tow. He sees a problem and orders it fixed.
Tell him to pick that up. This guy be reboarded too.
So he clocks into work every day, all day, tackling some of the city's fiercest problems, practically working 24/7.
A few weeks ago, the police commissioner called me at about 2:05 in the morning. He said, "Man, you sound like you wide awake." I was like, "Well, I literally just laid down."
Brandon Scott is decidedly different from his predecessors, having grown up in Northwest Baltimore and seeing some of its challenges firsthand. And he's reminded of that by the people who saw him change from a boy to a man.
It's different being a teenage black kid when that stuff is happening. It's different when you had the gun in your face, when you had to duck the bullets, when you lost friends that people were your age throughout that. That understanding, some of that pain, that suffering separates me from the folks before me, because I know that I don't want other young people to experience what I experienced, that I can feel in my heart every day.
Many people look at crime in cities like Baltimore and say, why can't they fix it? What do you say to that?
We know what doesn't work. We know the years when they went out and just anybody that looked like you and I, that was breathing while black and that was young and outside, was arrested for anything. That didn't make the city safer. We didn't become a safer city. Now we have to do the tough work of making sure, first and foremost, that people who are committing violence in the city know that they will be held accountable and that they're going to have swift and certain consequences. We also, at the same time, have to deal with the flow of illegal guns into the city. 60%, Vic, of the weapons that we recovered last year came from out of the state. 84% of them came from other jurisdictions and out of state. So we have to deal with that as well. But we cannot ignore the issues of substance abuse, behavioral health, opportunities to education, how that we can help repair neighborhoods and repair families.
What do you tell young people when they hear all these negative stories about their city, that it is crime-ridden, that there are problems with the schools, that the infrastructure is bad? What do you tell them about their city?
I tell them that what they have to understand is that we know that our city has those issues, and they know that, right? But they also know better than anyone else that our city is much more than that. And I tell them my story. I'll tell them that people told me that I wouldn't be able to go to college, and that I wouldn't be able to be elected, and I wouldn't be able to, I should never run for mayor because people from my neighborhood where I grew up just could not accomplish that, and I should settle for being able to just have a working job, right? And tell them, look where I am now.
Brandon Scott took control of the city and was immediately saddled with handling the COVID crisis, demonstrations on the streets for Black Lives Matter, and the insurmountable problem of crime. All issues that have not gone away. But he believes that if it is to be fixed, it is up to him. We will be watching.